Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here reviewing In Your House 3, the triple header, basically 3 belts all in one match. I always like reviewing the things on the WWE Network that I like watching. I want to go back and get back into watching that NWO run from WCW. I reviewed like the first 3-4 shows that I was watching off of there. Lately, I've been on a kick of watching the early In Your House pay-per-views. I've done 1 and 2. This is episode number 3. I like these shows because they're only 2 hours. That's honestly one of the real reasons, so you can get through the whole show and not have to worry about taking breaks, then coming back and watching the main events later. But this one is from 1995. It's a month after SummerSlam. I can remember the build-up to this show, but I didn't remember ever watching this show, so this must not have been one of the ones that I was able to get over on my dad that we needed to order and make sure that we could have watched. But honestly, this was just like a watching, and I just realized I'm wearing a WWF In Your House old school style shirt today. That was very unplanned, but basically this was a lot like watching an episode of Monday Night Raw. 2 hours, no commercials, had a good long storyline that ran along with it. But the basically overlying storyline of this whole show is that basically all the belts are going to be on the line on this show. The WWF Champion Diesel, the Intercontinental Champion Shawn Michaels were teaming up as the Dudes with Attitudes, going up against the Tag Team Champs Yokozuna and Owen Hart. Now comes the day of the show. After the beginning of the show, after you've already ordered it, the main event is in shambles. Basically, Doc Hendricks breaks the news that Owen Hart is not in the building. He hasn't been there. I've read some things online when I was trying to find out why Owen wasn't at the show as I was watching this, that some people say he was at the birth of his one of his sons or daughters, and he was back home. Some people say that it was just the storyline that WWF chose to run for the night, just saying that he wasn't there, and just one thing leads to another, and that everybody is in crisis about what is going on. Doc Hendricks is trying to push the answer from Jim Cornette, where Owen is, and Owen saying he's there, but he's not there, but he's going to be there. And then basically, as the show progresses, Gorilla Monsoon comes to Jim Cornette and he says, one way or another, this match is going to happen. He said that, Yokozuna can go out there as the tag team champions and have a match against Shawn Michaels versus Diesel by himself, or if you're able to find a partner, because Monsoon thinks that Cornette is so Weasley that no one is going to want to align himself, that they will announce him as the one-day fill-in for the tag team champions, and that he will jump into the match, become the tag team championship champion, and he will have a shot to either win Diesel's belt or Shawn Michaels' belt. I thought that both belts were on the line. I thought that maybe if Yokozuna pinned Shawn Michaels, basically, he would become the champion, and then Owen Hart would become the Intercontinental Champion. I thought that both belts were going to switch like that, but basically just the person who's pinned loses the belt. So if Yokozuna pinned Shawn Michaels, he wouldn't become the WWF Champion, he would become the Intercontinental Champion because he pinned Shawn. But when it comes down to it, we see Cornette playing the field, trying to hype everybody up about what the main event's going to be. Basically, we see him, getting Psycho Sid and talking to him. We see him talking to King Mabel, who was just in the last main event of SummerSlam. He'd already had the experience of going out there and wrestling Diesel, even though he lost in a horrible match at a horrible pay-per-view. I don't know why that would get people excited, but when it comes down to it, right before the main event, as Bret Hart, he did come out to the ring. He came through the door of the house, which made me pop when I was watching it. But the match is boring. But after that, we have a backstage promo, basically where Jim Cornette is announcing that British Bulldog is going to fill in for the match. He's changed his tights. He doesn't have the red, white, and blue ones. He's wearing red and gold, I think. I can't remember if there was any blue or in there, but basically, they look freaking sick. They look really, really nice tights for British Bulldog. And he's going to go out there and they have the match. It's Diesel and Shawn Michaels going up against British Bulldog and Yokozuna. And right before the match happens, right before Yoko comes out, they have Alundra Blaze. Medusa, she comes out to announce that she's going to be trying to model and trying to sell you the event shirt from the show. And you're supposed to call up the 1-800 number and tell Vince, for $20, I want that shirt, I gotta have it. A shirt they're advertising, a main event that's not even going to happen. It still has Owen Hart on there. They don't say they're going to correct it. They say they're just going to get you there. So but basically, by the time Alundra Blaze walks all the way to the ring and then she walks all the way back, Vince says, "Oh, wait, what's that hiding in the bushes?" And Alundra Blaze picks up a blank VHS tape. It has nothing on it. No cover, no little piece of tape on it, no nothing. Vince McMahon promises if you order this shirt, he's in such dire needs to sell this shirt, basically, because he's advertising a match that's not even going to happen. Although this might be a collector's item now, I can see people that are watching this, seeing the commercial to buy this shirt, just being like, Owen's not even in there. Why do I want to buy a shirt advertising a match for Owen Hart when he's not there? I'm sure if you had it today, you put it on eBay, you make $1 million. But you would have got a free random WWF VHS tape. That's basically, I think VHS tapes around this time were going for about $20. So basically Vince is like saying, just please buy a random VHS tape and get this shirt off my hands, because I don't need these sitting around in my vault or in my warehouse for years. The match goes on. It's pretty good. Out of the middle of nowhere, Davey Boy is in a little bit of trouble in the match. Owen Hart comes running down to the ring, comes off the top rope trying to hit Diesel. Diesel comes around. Diesel hits the jackknife powerbomb on Owen, who's not even supposed to be there. Gets the 1, 2, 3, and as the show goes off the air, Diesel and Shawn are crowning themselves as the tag team champions, even though for some reason or another they're only celebrating. They only have one belt, one tag belt. So Shawn's got the IC, Diesel's got the world belt, and they're sharing this belt, which I thought at the time maybe they're leading towards some sort of a split where Shawn's going to challenge Diesel and try to move up the ranks to become WWF champion. But then I realized that a month from now, Shawn's going to lose his smile and he's going to leave the WWF for a good long little while. I don't know if maybe they were tempting that they were going to go that direction and they decided not to, or maybe just they lost one of the tag belts and they couldn't find it. I'm not quite sure. Or maybe they just wanted to do some sort of a certain pose for the an 8x10 that they were going to be selling the gimmick table for years to come. But come Monday Night Raw, Jim Cornette, I don't know if the lawyer guy, Clarence Mason, I don't know when he comes into play with this team, but basically I know that they're able to flip and overturn the match results from last night. I know that Owen and Yoko get the tag belts back, which they later lose to the Smoking Guns is who they lose them to. But at one point, I'm pretty sure Shawn and Diesel are tag champs, because I've seen this picture before. I don't know if it's from this show, but I could have swore they were tag champs somewhere down the road. But dudes with attitudes, this show, honestly, it does have two good matches. It has a good story that goes along with it, but it's a show that you could miss. It's nothing really that spectacular. Some people are going to say they like the Bret Hart match. I didn't really like it, but there you go. Pretty cool. I've seen this gimmick used 1,000 times, but this is one of the first times I've ever seen it. They have all the belts on the line in one match. I know TNA's done this. I know WWE's done it since then. But that's about it. In Your House, number 3. 3 belts, 1 match. Peace out.